Hello and welcome back to more Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. We're trying to find someone that knows anything about gas so we can talk to a guy about his friend in the
Yes,
bar.
Doctor. I will take my leave, Humphreys. Goodbye, Doctor.
Apparently it's not here. Well, we kind of have to look around, so I'll probably be back as soon as I find out where to go.
Closed.
Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, oh, hello, running around doing this a lot. Oh, we found something. Well, before I jump forward, let's read this. Shit. April, that's a long time ago. At gunpoint from the White Plume Mountain Inn, also called the Kayak Affair, 5 years ago, Dartmoor. Benjamin Benny the Scholar, ooh, I was about to say it too. Benjamin Benny the Scholar. I literally cannot say that word. I'm sorry. I know people like to make excuses, which can be valid, and say, you know, you're reading something, so it's okay because you're reading it from a text, but I can't, just for my own morals, I can't do it to myself. So let's call that just F. Let's just call it F. At gunpoint from the White Plume Mountain Inn, also called the Kayak Affair, 5 years ago, Dartmoor. Benjamin Benny the Scholar, F, 46, Houndsditch. Falsifying bank records using false bank records, misappropriation of funds to the detriment of the Royal Bank of London, 5 years, Dartmoor. Jacob Levy, 30, Aldgate, theft of a weight of meat from his employer, Hyman Sampson. Butcher at 58 Gulson Street, Whitechapel, 20 months, Essex County Asylum. Ron Obvious, 26, address unknown, vagrancy, embezzlement, indecent assault, degradation of a religious building to the detriment of the authorities in charge of the Chichester Cathedral, City of London, lunatic asylum, indeterminate duration. James Longfoot Jim Noser, 20, Whitechapel. Okay.
An old report on arrests that took place a few years earlier. Here are the ripped statements. I can piece them together again.
Okay. Oh. Let's do the corner pieces first and make it nice and relaxing. Soft. So soft, so soft. That's weird. Why are there two corner pieces? That is very weird, actually. Maybe it's two letters like this. We will see. Let's do all the corner pieces. This is a top piece that goes right here. And we have a piece that goes with neither of these things, so you're gonna go here. Oh, what if you go here? You don't go there, and you also don't go there. Okay, another corner piece that probably goes here or here. Another corner piece that definitely does not go there or there, but we'll go there. Nope. 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 So you're gonna go there. Okay. Another corner piece that doesn't, I don't know where that one goes, honestly. Oh. Apparently it goes right there. Then you go right there. You go right there. Cool. So, we're making some progress. Yes! Okay. And we have a top Peace. Everything's falling into place. I love these kind of just soft, relaxing puzzles. You can't mess up, you know? There's no resetting with this. Well, you could reset, but there'd be no reason to. Nice and soft. It's very easy to tell if a piece is correct because the lettering on it. Oh, it's very soft and nice. Everything in the world is fantastic. And we're finished. And we're finished, essentially. Cool. Oh, I always love going on to my mom's. My mom has a houseboat, and I like to go on it, and all we'll do is we'll sit on the water, and we'll do puzzles, me and my mom.
There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
Ah! On the morning of the murder, the witness left her domicile at 32 Church Street at approximately 5 a.m. to get to Spiritfields Market. She was passing down Hansbury Street at about 5:30 a.m. The witness was certain of the time as she declares she heard the clock at Black Eagle Brewery on Brick Lane strike the half hour just before she entered the street. In front of 29 Hansbury Street, she saw a man and a woman talking. It should be noted that the witness identifies the body of Annie Chapman at the morgue as being the woman. Oh, so she thinks that she was killed later. Later. Not before 4:30. Interesting. That's weird. So if she was killed later, if this witness is right and she was killed later, then why did her body seem to be decomposed at least 2 hours? AKA before 4:30. What would accelerate decomposition? We'll get to that. We'll find out soon enough. This identification was solicited by our services. The man seen with the victim is described by the witness as follows. At least 40 years old. That would match the tenant. Height, a little taller than the woman with whom he was discussing, approximately 5 feet 3 inches. He's my size. Clothing, brown deerstalker hat, dark coat, a doubt on his point, general appearance of the working class. Particular markings, dark hair and a mustache, dark face, looks like a foreigner, and wouldn't be able to recognize or identify him. The term foreigner is often associated with a person of Jewish origin. Why? Is that just a time period thing? That might just be a time period thing. Oh. Okay, here's the other testimony. The witness resides at 27 Hansbury Street. The building adjoining respective backyards are separated by a wooden fence, tall and thin. On the morning of the murder, the witness got up at 5:15 a.m. and went into the yard where the latrine was. It was 5:20 a.m. on going back into the house. The witness heard voices from behind the fence coming from number 29. The only word that he understood was no. He went into the building again, but returned to the yard approximately 4 minutes later, whereupon he heard a noise, as if something fell against the fence. He then departed for work. When he passed in front of the Spiritfields Church, it was approximately 5:30. So he claims that they were talking in his backyard at 5:30, but she claims that, or this person claims that they were talking outside at 5:30. Wait. Yeah, and she said they were in front talking. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I'm so confused. Talk to me
Yes,
about
Doctor.
this. Talk to me.
I will take my leave, Humphreys. Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye. Okay. Can I... Well, I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I'm supposed to talk to...
I could return to Baker Street, but I am still missing some information. And that would put...
Okay.
I have no
Okay. Then let's still search out that person that knows about gas. Let's return to the brothel. Did I already return to the brothel yet? I don't know if I did. Can I get a refill,
still there,
please?
Doctor?
Nope.
How is Lucy
Nope.
keeping?
No, don't care.
Very well, I shall let you...
See you.
Alright, so the guy isn't here, so that was not the place to go, and... Can I get a refill, please? Someone get that man a refill. Actually, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Someone in the background saying they want a refill. Alright, let's see if the doctor knows anything, maybe about this pill. Yo, Doc.
Yes, Doctor?
Could you tell me what type of pill this is?
Yes, we have those here. It's not really a medication. We give them to patients with chronic respiratory conditions like tuberculosis.
How did he pronounce that? Oh shit, have I been pronouncing that word wrong for years? I always pronounce it respiratory. Oh shoot,
Did you have a patient
that's embarrassing.
by the name of Annie Chapman, the woman killed 3 days ago?
Indeed. She came in the morning of her death. Poor woman.
Did you give her these pills?
Yes, now that I think of it. She actually came in twice. The first time I gave her an almost empty container without making her pay. She came back during the day and said she dropped the container and stepped on the pills. She wanted to know if I could give her more again without paying. I refused. After she left, a patient who was there told me that he lives at the same place and confided that she had been lying. He saw the pills fall in the tenement's communal kitchen, but the woman immediately wrapped them up in a piece of paper.
Where did this paper come from?
According to this man, she'd found it near the chimney in the kitchen.
Anyone could have thrown that paper there. That envelope can't have anything to do with the murder.
Pardon, Doctor?
Nothing. I was just talking to myself.
The envelope was the paper.
Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
Well, it would seem that I have all the information I need for my investigation. Anyway, this fellow Bluto at the Wasp's Nest is rather shady and doesn't look like he'll want to cooperate. I'd be better off returning to Baker Street. Holmes will certainly know what to do. And besides, I am worn out.
Poor Watson. Poor Watson. I'm so convinced Watson
Let's go back
is
to Baker Street.
the best.
Home sweet home.
Home sweet home is true.
There we are, Holmes. I've told you in great detail everything that happened last night.
Excellent work, Watson. We shall now be prepared to answer a few questions about the horrible murder in Hanbury Street.
Do you think we are now in a position to find out the identity of the murderer of these 2 women?
No, I don't think so. It's outside of our scope and not our responsibility. As much as you've done for Leather Apron and the affair with the pills, our mission is to help the police by ensuring that they don't get caught up following false leads and to point them in the right direction. Let us start from what we know with some certitude. As you have just said, it is almost certain that the same person killed the Bucks Row and Hanbury Street victims. The reasons to assume as much are numerous, and I shan't elaborate here. What do these 2 victims have in common?
They didn't have anything in common. They knew people in common. They had the same profession.
It's true, these 2 women were in the same profession, but...
Indeed, Watson, these 2 women were both prostitutes. That is of vital importance, Watson.
My memory from your examination of the scene is rather hazy. Didn't you say something about the killer's frame of mind?
I was talking about the victim's possessions that were placed on the ground and the rings missing from Annie Chapman's fingers. This killer is a cunning predator, comes from a rather humble background, and shows steely self-control in carrying out the murders.
Something is puzzling me, Holmes. Richardson's testimony contradicts the time of death given by Dr. Phillips, which also matches my own, 4:30 a.m.
And yes, we shall confirm that, Watson, and attempt to determine the precise time of death. In order to do that, we will need to place everyone involved on a timeline. Only after that will we be able to place the knife symbolizing our killer. Let's look at our timeline, Watson.
Let's do that. Okay. Oh, I'm Sherlock.
There is nothing more to do here.
Okay. Also, that voice. Fantastic.
There is nothing more to do.
Stop. But don't really stop. Don't really stop. Okay. There we go. Estimate the time of death according to Doctors Watson and Phillip. 4:30 a.m. Shit. Sherlock and Watson, I'm sorry. Arrive at the...
We left the station at 6 o'clock and it took us 20 minutes to arrive at Hanbury Street.
We left the station at 6 o'clock and it took us 20 minutes, so it's 6:20. Oh my god, it goes by direct, like, actual minutes here.
Our arrival at the scene occurred at around 6:20. Given the distance separating the two locations, we can deduce that the corpse wasn't discovered after 6 o'clock, and therefore that the murder must have been committed before. Let's put the time of death as assessed by Dr. Phillips on the timeline. The assessment of the time of the murder given by Dr. Phillips and yourself, Watson, 4:30 a.m. Our next witness is Albert
5:24.
Kadosh.
Oops. 5:24.
Kadosh goes back down into his garden approximately 4 minutes after having left it, and hears the sound of an impact against the wooden fence. Let's place this symbol that represents Kadosh on the timeline.
This one's 5:20.
Albert Kadosh goes down into his garden at approximately 5:20, and on re-entering his home, hears voices in number 29's garden.
He leaves and goes to work. I think
Let's
it
place
said...
this symbol that represents Kadosh on the...
I think it said 5:30. Nope. If it wasn't 5:30, then it was... Can I move this down a little bit? Nah. Then it was 5:32.
Kadosh leaves the garden, enters his house, then leaves for work, seeing the clock on the Spitalfields church showing 5:32.
Alright, the other document that we need to use is... this one. This one's 5:30.
Now, for the most important part, the testimony of Miss Long. She claims to have seen a woman speaking to a man near 29 Hanbury Street sometime around... what time, Watson?
5:30, which doesn't make a lot of sense because it was... she said that the couple were in front, but the other guy said that they were in the garden. How does that make sense?
Let us assume, therefore, that Miss Long's testimony is, as is most certainly the case, true. She places her meeting with the victim at around 5:30, claiming to have heard a clock chime on the half hour at the moment when she enters the street.
Which doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so he says that they were in the garden. She says that they were outside. So how did the body move? We have Another document with testimony. This one. This is the last one, right? Yes, it was. Okay, this is the last one. Okay. Oh my god. The language in this one is gonna be hard for me to read. They be telling ye that I'm a bit befuddled about the times that I spoke, but it just can nae be so. I knows what I sees and what I don't sees in that morn. That morn. I'll tell you this for nothing. It's me old mum who lives at the house where the body was found out back in the garden. She has her shop at the bottom to the right of the stairs. Her door was broken down not too far back because it's a real zoo. 'Tis. Right the morning it happened, I head that way to see if me old mum has finally had the place broken in. It was 4:45, so 4:45 when he got there. 4:45.
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline.
4:45. I swear on my dear old mum's life, I had a look round to see if the wine cellar had been robbed. No, I had a little sit down on the stairs by the courtyard because me shoes were causing me no end of pain, and I cut the leather where it was giving me issues. I didn't seize a single thing below the steps, doctor, not a single thing. If there was some girl all covered in blood, tain't know how I could have missed that, even if it was nighttime. Right, 5 minutes after getting to number 29, I had to clip off, and now they tells me that either I can nae tell time no more, or I was fixing me boots for next to a stiff that was still steaming. Okay. 5 minutes later. 5 minutes later.
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline. Despite the great respect I have for Dr. Phillips and the value I place on our friendship, my deepest conviction is that both of you are mistaken, and that Richardson is in the right, and that these two testimonies put down in writing have real worth.
But how? Explain yourself, Holmes.
Remember how you assessed the time of death. You touched the fingers and body of the victim, but it was remarkably cold for this time of year. In addition, the corpse had been drained of bodily fluids. Its heat retention was therefore no longer the same as that of an intact corpse.
Egad! You're right, Holmes.
Oh, I've had some time to research, Watson.
Given these facts, my first diagnosis may have been off by half an hour, perhaps even an hour.
Thus, we can confirm Richardson's statement and establish that the murder was committed after 4:50 a.m. and not before 4:30 a.m. Excellent, Watson. All our people are now in place.
Yes, but Holmes,
That
Miss
means we
Long
have a
claims
description
to
of the
have
murder.
seen the victim at around 5:30. But according to Kadosh, someone, most certainly the victim and her murderer, was already in the garden at 5:30.
That.
Excellent observation, Watson. It must be noted, however, that these two witnesses, Long and Kadosh, saw the time shown on the clocks in the area, which are often inaccurate and went by their empirical and, in this case, erroneous estimate of how much time had passed. Thus, neither of these two times can be considered reliable.
Do you mean to say that these two testimonies might match?
Indeed. Let's put Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30.
2 minutes before 5:30.
Let's add Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30 a.m. Mr. Kadosh claims to have passed by the Spitalfields Church at 5:32, which, given the distance from 27 Hanbury Street, would mean he was still at home at 5:31. Let's therefore put the end of his testimony at 5:31.
The end of his testimony at 5:31?
Miss Long heard the man say to the victim, "Will you?" To which the victim responded, "Yes," which would suggest that an agreement was reached and that the transaction was imminent. They then proceeded to enter the garden, which puts the voices heard by Kadosh at 5:29.
So that means this one is 5:29. Oh, it's also squished.
We had thought that Kadosh had left 27 Hanbury Street at 5:31 after having heard an impact against the fence. Thus, 2 minutes passed between the moment when Kadosh entered the house after having been in the garden the first time and the moment when he returns to go out again and leave for work. How long did he estimate this interval to be? 3 to 4 minutes. In light of all this, Watson, we can finally establish the time of Chapman's murder. Now, place the knife at the exact time.
You fucking serious? Do you want to repeat that? Jeez. I would guess it's at 5:29, almost on the dot. Alright, I would guess it's 5:30 on the dot.
Now then, taking into account that the local clock isn't exact and that a young man was off by a minute or two in his estimations of his comings and goings, we can confirm Miss Long's testimony and place the time of the crime at approximately 5:30.
Okay.
But in that case, Holmes, the man that Miss Long saw is none other than...
That's right, Watson.
We
it
have
was the Whitechapel
a
killer.
description.
To think that Miss Long and Kadosh were only a few feet away from him.
Indeed, Watson. Had Miss Long passed just a little closer to the victim and her assassin, or had the young Kadosh popped his head over the fence out of curiosity, the killer would most certainly already be behind bars.
That's some stroke of luck he had there.
I couldn't agree more, Watson. But his luck didn't end there, given the mutilations inflicted upon this poor woman. What must be considered above all is the killer's obvious wish to remove one and only one specific organ. His surgery pinpointed the exact spot, avoiding superfluous incisions. This suggests the man possesses at least a minimal anatomical knowledge.
Are you suggesting a doctor or a butcher?
Perhaps, but the possibilities are still too broad to conclude with any certainty.
Why the
Now
uterus?
for the motive. Despite my almost complete lack of practical experience on the subject, I have a rather precise idea of the usefulness of a uterus and a vagina. Nonetheless, once they are separated from their usual envelope, I am more circumspect as to the uses one can make of them. What do you think, Watson?
Shut up! Shut up!
We need a board, Watson.
Shut the fuck up! Oh my god, I lost everything. Oh my god. No, Sherlock, no. Please don't ever say those sentences ever again. Oh gosh. I mean, yes, facts, yes. You do know the uses of them, but why remove them though? That is the question. Where's my board? He said we needed a board. There we go. Oh god. I don't want to learn the uses of a uterus outside one's body. Specimen for sole purpose of study. Black magic. Cannibalism. Trophy. Money.
Perhaps it was intended as a study specimen.
I have little faith in that theory. Hardly anything was taken from the Bucks Row victim.
No indication of ritual.
Black magic?
Watson, this line of investigation is far too vague. We don't have a single clue in support of such a motive. We can eliminate this hypothesis.
Cannibalism?
Holmes, what if it was cannibalism?
Even if the idea is unbearable, we can't ignore it as a possibility.
Trophy.
A desire for some sort of morbid trophy.
I'd be inclined to dismiss this motive. If this were the case, why would nothing have been removed from the Bucks Row victim?
Alright. Trafficking.
Money, quite simply.
Even if this motive seems incongruous, we're in no position to deny or affirm it until we know whether a market for human organs exists.
Well, it kind of does. I don't know if it does in this time period or location.
Elementary. What emerges from these possible motives for having removed the uterus from the second victim is that they implied that the killer could have carried out the same thing on the Bucks Row victim, yet didn't. This brings us to a terrible conclusion. Our killer has evolved in the space of only a few days, and if that's the case, had he already struck before the first murder to which we attribute him? And if the killer strikes again, what atrocity awaits his next victim?
We have to stop him, Holmes.
We shall do our best. This recent business of jars filled with formalin and of the American doctor might be a lead. Watson, inquire among medical circles to ascertain if there is a black market for human organs. The chances are slim, but this must be pursued.
Very well. What about you, Holmes?
I will send word to Inspector Aberline regarding our recent conclusions. I should also like to become a gas man and pay a visit to Bluto
Found my
at the
gas
Wasp's
man.
Nest.
Understood, Holmes. I think one of my old university colleagues who works at the London hospital will be able to help me. I shall write him a note at once. He should be able to see me during the day. Afterwards, shall we meet here?
Yes, Watson. See you later, and good luck.
Am I Watson?
I must get to the London hospital, where my old university colleague works.
I'm Watson! Alright, let's go to London. Right? We're going to London? Where's London? Map of London. Well, I guess this entire thing is London. London Hospital.
To the London hospital.
Is Whitechapel, like, inside
My
London?
colleague agreed to meet me here in one of the London hospital rooms reserved for students.
I don't understand geography.
Ah, John, you're there already. Punctual as always. Tell me, you don't seem to be in good shape.
Good
Is
voice.
it possible that your recent marriage is making you this morose?
Ah, you know me well, Andrew. No, it's a strange and terrible affair that concerns me. Have you read my note?
Yes, I admit that I was surprised. It just so happens that I, too, was asking questions about our morgue.
Why?
What do you think? Have you heard of any organ trafficking within?
No, John. No doubt there exists some exchange between colleagues. Not quite legal, of course, but nothing that can qualify as trafficking. Since the Anatomy Act of 1832, which permitted the use of unclaimed corpses for science, the black market trade was definitely halted. There are sufficient subjects available for all practitioners and students. Of this I can confirm.
Well, organ trafficking as a lucrative trade is out of the question. Then what is troubling you with the morgue?
You are talking about trafficking organs, but I suspect there is trade in whole bodies.
Ew, what?
What do you mean to say? Whole bodies are disappearing?
Well, it's confidential, but I know of your discretion and your friendship with the famous Sherlock Holmes. I can tell you that a few corpses have recently disappeared from the hospital morgue. Cadavers that were intended for dissection. That is to say, not claimed, poor unknown people. If a single corpse had disappeared, it might have been a bad joke. There are many students who pass through here. It's even a meeting spot. For the majority, they are here to work. A few come here in secret to practice. It also happens that instruments or organs go missing. Nothing alarming, but so many corpses. It's very troubling.
That's really gross.
But the hospital doctors aren't doing anything?
How is
No,
this happening?
That is to say, they would prefer not to call the police at this point. An investigation would no doubt result in the suspension of authorizations for the use of unclaimed corpses. Do you think that you could intercede on our behalf with Sherlock Holmes to clear up this situation?
Which corpses are missing?
I don't know exactly, but I can make an exact list
How
if
do
you would
you-
like to wait here for a few minutes.
Okay.
Feel free to look around the room while you wait. It'll bring back memories.
Thank you, Andrew.
I don't really want to look around the room. What? Okay, that's fine.
An encyclopedia of anatomy. page on the human heart is dog-eared. Let's see.
Beautiful. I like hearts. They're cool. Anyway, I'm glad we now know what a heart looks. Is he gonna steal a heart next?
It's here that students come to carry out their experiments.
Fetuses, brains, things, organs maybe? Okay. Skin coming off of someone. Okay. That one looks good. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's just a heart.
The last lesson must have been about the human heart. And for a class of beginners, I expect, as this diagram is rather rudimentary.
Alright, it's a very simple diagram. Okay. There's a heart.
There is a heart in this jar. Based on its colouring, it hasn't been there long. And it looks like the drawing on the board. This jar contains 2 lids with combination locks.
Why am I trying to open the jar? Alright. What the fuck? What am I... But what am I doing?
I am...
Okay. I'll come back to it then.
These wheeled trolleys are very handy for laying out surgical instruments.
Cool. I use something like that for hairdressing.
This wheel won't roll despite all of the added grease. Curious, as Holmes would say.
Okay. Do you see that icon changes into the hand icon changes into a magnifying glass for a second?
This rag is full of grease. It certainly wasn't used for a dissection. Was someone doing some mechanical work here?
On the wheel?
This wheel won't roll despite... It's here that students come to carry out...
Okay.
This surgical instrument resembles a screwdriver. How amusing. It might come in handy. I will return it later. It's here that students come to carry out their experiments.
Do I have... I don't think I have all the information I need.
A message.
Oh.
I'll be... Why the devil was it hidden here?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Ethan Levy, 7 years, son of Sarah and Jacob Levy, hospitalized May 18th. Syphilis, treated with mercury and penicillin. Grave condition, advanced stages. Possibly an innocent subject. Watch carefully. Vena cava superior. Those are parts of the heart. The magnet is in the heart. Use this board and erase it afterwards.
An old prescription. Poor child, so young yet terminally ill. Strange, someone scrawled something. Part of it is in Latin. These are instructions, it would seem.
Alright, let's do it.
There is a heart in this... This jar contains 2 lids with combination locks.
I think we have the information. Let's use this. I need one more thing. What's the other thing? This one. Okay. So the blue one goes down to vena cava. Vena Cava is... Oh, Vena Cava Superior is number 1. Okay. And then the red one goes to Vulva Aorate. Vulva Aorate. These are not the words that are used. It's supposed to be... Oh, these are the Latin versions of the words? Because I don't think those are the words that we use today, is it? I don't know. Number... I think this is number 7, or I'm sorry, number 5. Yeah, this is number 5. Velvet Aorte, so this is 5.
Look, there was a bit of paper stuck between the 2 lids.
6. Message from the heart. 6. Okay, the second one is Antrium Sinistrium. Antrium Sinistrium. Okay, that's 8. 8. 5. 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then the other one is Trunculus pulmonalis. Okay, that's number 2. Yeah.
Incredible! Someone has hidden a magnet in this heart. But to what end?
I don't know. Let's take it. Weird. Okay. I think we're done. Whoa! Okay, then. Apparently, this magnet's supposed to be used on one of these.
Yeah. Nothing of interest here. Nothing of interest here.
Something of interest
Incredible.
here.
There is a magnet with a hook behind this pane of glass. I am in need of something.
Ah! 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 Stop! Did I do it?
There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
Oh, it was number 6. That's why I said 6.
A hole. I can make out something inside, but how to get it out? I will need a hook.
I got one.
I found it. A coded message. I do believe I will need Holmes.
Here is the list, John. The missing corpses are those of a woman, 40 years old, beginning of August, another, 55 years old, 2 weeks ago, and recently, a young woman. These corpses had nothing in common except that they didn't have any apparent lesions.
All of this is very troubling. Well, I think that I have all of the information possible, and I promise that I will do what I can to clear up this business. I must leave you, my friend, and...
In the name of our friendship,
Please, don't go so stare.
To be sure. Thanks again,
What
Andrew.
was that
it is I who
weird?
must thank you, John. Don't
Please don't
forget to keep me
cause
up to date
stir.
and say hello to your charming wife for me.
Count on me, Andrew.
What was that? Did you hear that? Was I the only one that
I
noticed
must
that?
go to the wasp's nest to find this rogue that Watson dubbed Bluto. He may be able to provide information on Dr. Tumblety. This lead, although tenuous, is well worth following. I must return to Whitechapel, but it would be better if I did so incognito.
Let's change. Let's change. Is that supposed to be Irene Adler?
This should do the trick.
Whoa. That was some makeup I had on. Alright. Actually, is there anything to inspect in this room? No? No. Alright, let's go. Nope. Why do I... Oops, didn't mean to do that. Hold on.
Let's go.
Feel like we're getting so much done this time around.
Let's go to the wasp's nest.
What'll it be?
I have nothing to ask. There's something here.
I literally see nothing. What do you see? I see nothing.
There's something here. I need something. There's something here. I need something.
What?
There's something here. I need something.
Okay, if my item doesn't work, then what do I need? Alright.
Old Tong.
What is this? Old Tong?
There's something here. I see a jewel. It's fallen between the floorboards.
What? Oh, I'm trying to get this, aren't I? This is a disgusting floor. Oh, it's the sliding puzzle, isn't it? Alright. Well, let's do this. I could do this, you know. I know I said this before, but there's a game I played when I was in high school, and it was a cat sliding game that was literally identical to this. Like, identical to this. And what you did was you slid cats around, and as the cats... Oh, shit, how do I do this? The cats slide around and you try to get one cat to the other side. And it was a cute game, and it was pretty much identical to this. Okay, and I wasn't very good at it. Also, why is there no music? It's making me anxious. Yay!
A Hebrew inscription. Going by the length of the chain, it must belong to a child. Hello there. You looking for a gas man?
You really a gasser? You sure it isn't a bobby?
Well, if you don't need me, I'll be on my way then. I've already been paid up.
Stay. Who paid you?
A doctor, Marston, I think he was. He told me you'd talk to me about a foreigner, name of Tumblety, if I did you a favour.
Right, mate. Might happen.
What is it you need me to do, then?
Listen to me. At the end of Whitechapel, there's an abandoned dump of a house. Opposite Finley's boarding house. Upstairs in the mess where the gas pipes are, you'll find a sack with something heavy inside. If you look in, you'll regret it here. You find it, you bring it here, and you don't tell a soul, right?
Got it. And then you'll tell me about this Tumblety so that I can report back to the doc?
Yeah, doctors know people. And since you is here, it's because he'll move mountains for his American. Me, I don't know much. But you can tell him that he'll have to talk to Squibby. He seems to know lots about plenty. When you come back with a sack, I'll tell you what he needs to tell Squibby so that he snitches on the yank to him. Believe me, mate, it's as explosive as 10 miles worth of gas in your damn pipes.
Right then, I'm off.
Go. Give me some air.
I could arrange for the police to come down here and arrest this thug, but he seems pretty tough and would probably be a lot less cooperative than if I play along. It's best I handle this myself, including meeting the mysterious Squibby.
Okay. I kind of figured that's what we were gonna do anyway. I'm gonna look in the bag though. You know we gotta look in
It's
the
the
bag.
abandoned house that Bluto pointed out to me. He must have set up his hideout there. There's a strange smell coming from this old building.
Do I have to go up?
Closed.
How do I...
This window appears to be the only way out.
How? Hello?
Good day, Finley.
Good day, sir. Have we met before?
It's me, Sherlock Holmes, but I don't want it to be known that I'm here. Can I count on you?
Certainly, Mr. Holmes. I shall be as silent as the grave.
Your tenant, Dr. Tumblety, is he here?
I don't think so, but go and find out.
It would seem you've been having some gas problems.
Don't talk to me about it. The problem is from the abandoned house not far from here, but nobody has come to take care of it.
Perhaps I could go and take a look.
Do you have a ladder?
Do you have a ladder?
No, but I think in the pile of wood under the stairs there is one in pieces. And if you also need something from the
together.
scrap heap, some old tools or who knows what, feel free to take it, Mr. Holmes. But leave the dishes in good condition.
Okay. Nope. There we
Thank
go.
you, and goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, God. Gross.
This lead pipe could help me to repair the gas lines. A heap of rusted iron crockery. Finley's ladder is smashed to pieces, but all the parts appear to be here. This must be a piece of the ladder.
Oh.
This must be a piece of the ladder. This lead pipe could help. This must be a piece of the ladder. Water.
That is in fact.
This lead pipe could help me to repair the gas lines. A broken hammer. I will have to find a handle. Part of a perfume atomizer.
Atomizer. I don't know. I've always called them perfume atomizers. I work in a salon that sells a lot
Part
of perfume.
of a perfume atomizer.
So that's weirding me out, man.
Some old nails. They may come in handy. This old cloth could be used as a mask. I must moisten my makeshift mask. There. This damp cloth will do for a mask.
Doesn't that make you feel like you're drowning though? Alright, let's go to our items and put all this together. Shit. Alright, put those together. There's our perfume atomizer. Nope. We got a stick. Nope. We got a little stick. Whoop. There we go. We got a hammer. We can use the hammer with the nails. Nope. We can use the hammer with the... Nope. Alright. Can use this with this. Nope. This. Nope. Maybe that's all I can put together. I believe it is. Alright.
This window appears to be the only way out.
Is there some sort of... Oh.
Closed.
How do I make the ladder itself? Like, is there a screen or something?
This window appears to be the only way out.
How do I... Okay. Oh, I have more? There we go. Okay, we got a wooden pole. 2 wooden poles. Alright, we got the assembled ladder. Let's put some nails on it. And let's use the hammer on it. Thank you. Goodness, that only took me forever. Alright, let's use the ladder. Where's the ladder? There we go.
I hope this ladder will support my weight.
Me too.
Let's go.
Whoa, cool. It's animated.
My cloth mask won't make much difference, but I'll be able to inspect the room for a few seconds. I need something. I need something. I need something. I need something. I need something.
What the fuck do I need?
I need something. I need something. I need something.
Okay, do I need like a key or something?
The leak must have been sudden. Even the animals didn't have time to escape. Someone left here in a hurry, presumably because of the gas leak. This iron bar will help me.
Thank you. Okay, let's actually get in here.
The leak is coming from here. The satchel is behind these pipes. This explains why the thug wanted someone who knew about gas. He must have hidden it there in great haste and broke the pipes in the process. The satchel seems to be
Okay, yeah.
The satchel seems to be quite stuck. I don't think I can get it out without passing out for good. I need a more suitable mask. The kind used by tanners would do nicely.
Kind used by tanners? Tanners?
The leak must have been sudden. Even the animals didn't have time to escape.
Okay.
A small torch, a useful tool for opening safes, I would assume, but the gas bottle is empty.
I feel like handling a blowtorch and the fact that there's a candle on right here, that's probably not a fantastic thing. Alright, what the fuck am I missing? Do I have to leave and find something? Oh.
The leak must have been
Oh my
sudden.
god, shut up, please. I think I might have to leave.
The satchel seems to be quite stuck. I don't think I can get it out without passing out.
Some sort of tanner, so like a leather worker, right? Is that a leather worker? Yeah. Let's find out next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.